I always thought of prostitution as a victimless crime. Nobody gets hurt. You know, money's transacted, it's technically illegal, but I never thought of it as somebody being, abused. Everybody went into it willingly.
For more than 30 years, the Mary Magdalene Project has worked to help the real victims of the sex trade. These are the women who got trapped in a life they did not choose.
It started when I was 13, and I kind of fell through the cracks.
I got into the life at 11 years old.
This guy walked up to me saying, "What's wrong, sweetheart?" He said, "You're too beautiful to be out here crying." And he offered me a place to stay.
First time I heard one of the stories was from a woman who was 22 at the time. She started when she was 12. I can't even imagine being a 12-year-old and having to make those kinds of...
I got into the life somewhat at 11 years old, doing sexual favors for like clothes and different little things. And then by the age of 14, I was out on the street corner, having sex for money.
I happened to be born to the right parents, and so did a lot of women I know. But there are a lot of women who were not. And the home situations for some of these women have been awful.
My life was just never easy. Ended up getting taken by social services. I was molested in one of the foster homes by the foster father. I was on the streets for a year and a half.
A damaged girl looking for love and acceptance. Easy prey for a pimp disguised as a boyfriend. It's a story that MMP program director Diane Amato knows all too well.
I was 18 years old when I entered the life. Me and my boyfriend came down to Los Angeles, and he talked me into just doing it temporarily so we could have some money. And that turned into about 15 years.
The thing about prostitutes, and when you say prostitution, somewhere in someone's mind that infers choice, that these women have chosen to do this, and that is simply not the case.
Nobody chooses to stand on the streets at 3 in the morning when it's raining, when it's freezing, when it's hot. Nobody chooses to do this.
I was raped countless times. I've had guns pulled on me. I've seen girlfriends' throats cut. Yeah, it's pretty brutal, and it's not Pretty Woman.
Offering them tools to take charge of their lives is the mission of the Mary Magdalene Project. And for case manager Jody Wagner, it is more than a job.
How do you get from somebody loves you, somebody cares to, this person that loves me and cares is beating me and putting me on the street? I've had women tell me they've started at the age of 7. When you first met him, you didn't know he was your pimp, he was a boyfriend. I hear that every time. I look at my little girl who's 7, and I see that she plays with Barbies, and I see that she watches cartoons, and I can't picture her selling herself or doing anything like that with a man. Where is the addiction? It keeps me going every day, picturing that little girl and meeting these adult women that have the maturity of a little girl, because they never got that.
It took a long time to get back, because after years and years of abuse, verbal, mental, physical abuse, and doing everything that I had done, I kind of lost who I was completely.
Therapy is the keystone, I believe, of our program.
To put one woman through our residential program involves so many of the people who work for us.
They have 24/7 staffing here, so there's always someone to talk to, even in the middle of the night.
Being able to address the trauma, I think that's the biggest thing, is addressing the trauma they received as a child.
And a safe and sane place to stay while they recover.
Mary Magdalene helped me in so many ways. They, from socializing to learning even how to clean my house, everything that falls into place with living a normal life.
Half of our budget goes to salaries, because you have to have these people in order to run these programs.
Mary Magdalene, they helped me get past a lot as far as, my fears, helped me get back on my feet.
Medical care, schooling, books, bus passes, food.
I'm in school working to obtain my bachelor's degree in criminal justice.
It costs us over $1,000 a day just to keep the doors open. And while that doesn't seem like a lot of money compared to the millions of dollars in budgets that other people have, it's a lot of money for us to raise. And plus the fact that if you're incarcerating one of these women, it costs a whole lot more than that.
Just because we've done all these things and we've gone down this certain path doesn't mean that we're worthless.
When I was in it, I didn't think it mattered or I mattered, but I did matter back then. I mean, that's what makes me do the work I do, because I know those girls matter and their life matters.
I never thought anything like this was possible. You know, for people to graciously give. I'm really grateful to the Mary Magdalene program. My life would not have been the same without them.
I wish somebody actually would have caught me my first day. Then maybe I wouldn't have been doing this and I wouldn't have had any type of experience in this life, because this is not the life you wish on your enemy. This is not the life I would wish on the devil. This is really not a good life.